Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. Thanks again for your support on Hero in My City. So today, we're back again with another special hero. Some may already recognize him. For those that don't, I'm sitting with just a dynamic person, whether he's being referred to as a musician, a rapper, a songwriter, a fitness competitor, a chef, a private chef, the CEO and founder of Southern Barbecue Boys. I can just keep rattling off things because it doesn't stop with this guy. But today, it is my pleasure to introduce to you on my platform, Mr. Jeremy Perkins.
Thank you. Happy to be here. So for those who don't know, I am Jeremy Perkins. Like you said, a man of a million titles almost. Former rapper, did that for a while. Fitness competitor, did that for a few years, made my mark there personally, and transitioned now into the food culinary space.
So with that, we're going to dive right into it. You mentioned, I mentioned a lot of titles. One of those things is J Perk.
Yeah. Yeah, the J Perk chapter. That was a fun one. That was a lot of fun. J Perk, Mr. 954. For those who remember and have been around for a long time, I still go by it. I'm still referred to as it here and there in passing, but yeah, that was a crazy chapter. We started in high school.
Okay.
Some of my best friends that I met at Deerfield.
Okay.
We all had a passion for music. Everyone just loved music in our own respective regard. And we were like, hey, let's start a label. Let's start a record label. We all love it. And it just kind of became a thing. So we started buying computer parts, and other people were willing to put up money. We tried to put our little monies together. You know, you high school budget, You work part-time, you trying to do your own thing. So we did that, started the label, Organized Confusion Records. And then from there, just with the promotion of it, it started to catch. It kind of just started to take form. I'm a very, very outgoing person, for everybody who knows me.
Yeah. That's the way I met you.
So it just became me. Like light started coming to me. We performed at a lot of venues. We opened up. We opened up for Young Jeezy and Bobby Valentino at FAU back when they used to do the Freakers Ball. We did things. So that was a huge chapter.
The drive that you have, it feels like no matter what you dip your toe into, you're going 1,000% into it.
Yeah.
What was it that instilled that certain level of drive in you that felt like no matter what you did, you were going to go full speed into it?
Just me knowing that I'm talented. It's always been there. My work ethic comes from my dad.
Okay, there it is.
That's all he ever did. That's all he did was work. Just go out and get it. Don't sleep. Just do it. Whatever it takes. So that is an aspect that I hold in my pocket of, I gotta go. I have to go. I gotta do it. But the trajectory of his lifestyle and the direction of my lifestyle differ.
Yeah.
But I know that there's value in seeing that as a child of that persistence and commitment. But I also learned where to stop it and how to transition it in a better place.
You learn how to use it to the best of your abilities. And he used it to the best of his abilities. And it just happened to be different abilities.
Yep, different abilities. But I mean, my mother was a lifelong educator. My dad was a mechanic. I've seen him win awards on a national level from that. And my mom, you know, the impact of being an educator is its own. You know, we know that. There's things that I take from both. And I've always just been fortunate to be good at a lot of things. It sounds arrogant, but
it is at some point.
I just am good at a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's been that way. But even one of my best friends had recently said, he's like, Jeremy, anytime you say you're going to do it, like, I know.
Yeah. Every time I get a chance to sit down with somebody, I'm always interested in where it comes from. Because at some point, you know, we all got to look back and realize what was poured into us, because it's going to pour out you.
Yeah.
And in your case, it was just seeing the work ethic. You've been able to look beyond the average pinnacle and see a much larger scale of things, which a lot of people don't have, man.
Yeah, it's that I know is true, and I've started to learn that as I've gotten older. It's just like you don't see it the way I see it. Like you don't. But it's weird to me because I'm like, why don't you see it?
Yeah.
What is it like to you? But then I can't fathom that because to me it's like, this don't make sense to you. Like you don't see it that far. Like it's there. All of this is there. So it's the balance. It's that balance.
What's been placed in you ain't been placed in them.
Nope, and it's not supposed to be.
It ain't supposed to be. So they not supposed to understand or see it.
Nope.
How you see it, because it ain't for them.
It's not.
It's for you.
It is.
And that's the beauty of it, knowing that you're just getting started.
Yeah.
All right, so now we go from J Perk to fitness competitor to, are we going from that to Southern Barbecue Boys? Or is there a phase that I'm missing in there?
No, the fitness, it was a competition thing.
Okay.
And that was like a 5-6 year undertaking.
Okay.
I had gotten out of shape for me at my standards. Got back into the gym lifting weights, and somebody from high school was like, hey man, you should get on stage. And I'm like, man, I don't want to get on stage, put oil on me and tan and do all of that. I was like, no, that's not for me.
Yeah.
But I took that as, well, what is going to keep me going to the gym every day? I need something to work towards to make me continue to go, because life gets in the way if you don't have something to grab onto. So I said, cool, I'm gonna get on stage. So I leaned on some people at the gym, met some people. I met a lot of people in the fitness space, great, amazing, both men and women. Got on stage, did my first show, didn't really like how I placed, but I went on with no coach, no nothing. Everyone said, hey, this game, you need a coach. Like it's
you freestyling.
You may know how to lift and all of that, but there's more to it beyond that. So I got a coach, improved. Second show. While training for that, I met another coach. He transitioned from the second competition to switching coaches to the third. The reason why I made the change, his competitors consistently won.
Okay.
So it made sense.
Made sense.
It's go with who's getting the winners. His guys kept coming in first, second, third, first, second, third. And I was like, hey,
that's where I'm going.
Let's go to work. And the package that we were able to put together, I never could have done. Without him. Never. Like, I've never seen myself look like that. It was hard. It was probably one of the hardest things that I've ever done, the level of commitment and sacrifice to do that. My only goal, I told him, I said, I'll stop when I get hardware. So that's kind of the term. The third show, I got 3 trophies. I said I did what I needed to do. That was it. I want to compete again just because I miss it. But time. I don't have the timing.
So then we go from J Perk to fitness challenge.
Fitness competitor, yep.
Now we're going into the culinary world.
Which is this
Southern Barbecue Boys.
Southern Barbecue Boys.
And who are the Southern Barbecue Boys?
So, Southern Barbecue Boys, I started in 2019, I believe. Reason why I started Southern Barbecue Boys, I have a lot of friends who compete in barbecue. In Florida. So there's FBA, I believe it's called, Florida Barbecue Association. It's a whole competition group.
Really?
They do competitions. My gripe was, why don't they do competitions in Broward, Dade, or Palm Beach, which are the 3 most populated counties in the state?
Yeah.
So in leaning on the people who I've met that do it, I'm asking, why don't they compete closer?
Yeah.
Oh, they don't get good turnouts. Well, why not? What is it that they're not getting? And no one had answers. I kept running into a no. So I said, well, I can get to the people in charge because I know competitors who are part of the FBA. So easily, the name of whoever's in charge, I can get to it immediately. But I understand business 101. Jeremy Perkins sending an email is going to get swiped to the side. It's like, Jeremy wants to know why we don't bring competitions. We're planning competitions right now. I don't need to focus on this. But a brand gets different respect. So I said, if I go in with a brand, then you have to look and say, well, who is this brand? What are they doing? How much attention are they getting? Do we need to hear him out then? So I built Southern Barbecue Boys to be a all-inclusive collective. So it's Southern Barbecue Boys, but obviously women are welcome. But it's people who embrace and love Southern style barbecue, traditional Southern barbecue. So it literally only started to be able to have the conversation with the Florida Barbecue Association of bring competitions down south. Florida. I think people will find value in it due to the diversity of who we have here. You have so many people that barbecue. You may get new competitors because they didn't even know that this existed because they don't see it. This now, never. I never saw it. I never thought of it. Not in my wildest dreams did I, honestly. I never saw it going to doing what I'm doing now or not even where I am now, where it was 2 years ago. I never saw. Me cooking food? Never. I never saw it. But I really don't even know how it I really don't even know how it happened.
What you did is you just kept going forward. You just kept going forward. You didn't ask questions. You just kept putting the work in and just kept going forward.
And it just changed.
You know, we don't always see the finish line because it's so far away sometimes. You can't see but so far. But you can see the next step in front of you and just keep taking those steps.
Because there were just other pieces to it. And then one day I said, I want to know how to cook because I want to get married one day and I want to be able to cook for my wife.
There we go.
So I said, I want to learn.
The ultimate motivator, women.
And and then I just kind of started diving. I'm like, okay, let's just figure out things. So I called my mom, like, that thing you used to make when I was little, what was that called? Can you get grandma to send you the recipe of it and send it to me? Because cooking is only just following directions at first. So if you can read and follow directions, you can put a product together.
I'm gonna call a timeout, man. All right, because first of all, I've tried to follow many directions in the kitchen, and it ain't turning out the way you making it sound like it should turn out.
There's something else then.
It is a certain talent being able to follow those directions and make it edible, because it's a lot of direction following cookers out there. And that food ain't.
It's edible. It's not appetizing.
There we go.
That's the difference.
Some of it ain't edible. So it is a talent to that. It is a specific taste and talent that goes into someone that can cook a meal that comes out pleasing to not just the person in front of them, but just to anybody.
To others who partake. I'm a big book collector, purchaser. Reading is my thing. So I started buying every barbecue cookbook I could find, any and everything. If it's somebody who's regarded, I need it. And then that started expanding into Southern. Specifically. I went strictly for Southern cookbooks. So my origins in Louisiana, I said I want to play into that. I have to, and I will always hold that in the highest regard. So then it's buy every barbecue cookbook that anybody and everybody's talking about. Buy every Louisiana-based cookbook that you can get your hands on from here to there and everything in between. So me getting on the grill, I started making edible and appetizing food
right away
out the gate because I read and read and read and read. Before I smoked my first brisket, which is a pinnacle bar in barbecue, I probably spent 3 weeks incessantly obsessing over it.
Okay.
I'm watching every Pitmaster video on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm reading every article, and I'm taking the consistencies from everybody. I'm weeding out the things that one says but another one doesn't say, and I'm like, well, maybe that's your twist. I need the baseline.
Yeah.
Jumped through my first brisket on it. Was wild. Because it's scientific for me.
Okay.
It's the process that I love. And that's transitioned outside of away from the grill to it. It's the pair this with this way, this happens. Do this with this and this happens. And it all starts to just sink in, and it's like, okay, well, I know how these flavors play, and I know how these flavors play, and I know what this meat does and this protein does. Got it. Now I can just start creating because I know a little bit about this and that.
Yeah.
So now I'm just kind of having fun. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
I kind of want to reflect back to when we first kind of crossed paths. It was at a set, similar to this. I was shooting with someone else, and you just kind of dove into action right away. And the energy that was coming from you just felt different in a positive way, because two things happened that day that I haven't forgotten, that kind of stuck in my mind. One thing was just something that you said, and the other was something that you did. So the thing that you said was, you're just trying to make history.
Yep.
So that stuck with me. And the second thing, what you did was you were supporting a friend, like wholeheartedly, hands on deck, to a friend who can be considered competition because you guys are both thriving in the same industry, but you didn't see it as competition. More importantly, you saw it as a friend that I need to support.
Absolutely.
In their journey to greatness.
Absolutely. Always. So the support piece, there's more than enough room. There's more than enough room. And I wish I would have, I can't even say I wish I would have. I wish I would have gotten into food earlier, because there's so much room. There's so much space. Because at the end of the day, everybody got to eat.
Everybody got to eat. I think it's important for people to hear, it's enough space, it's enough food at the table for all of us to have some.
Absolutely.
People get caught up in I don't want to work with somebody who does what I do because they're going to steal my ideas, or they're going to steal this and steal that. Whatever most of us are doing isn't something that's new, period.
Not at all.
We didn't create it.
No.
So if you didn't create it, you stole what you're doing from somebody.
Yeah, you got it from somebody.
You had to learn
something
from
inspired
somebody.
you, and you took something from
taught
somebody.
you how to do it. So, and you will always receive a blessing because you're always trying to give it.
I believe that to be true. I believe that to be true. And the making history statement, that's really where I am now. Like, I believe in it that much that I feel like this can be the one thing. I believed in everything that I've done, but I feel like I can reach the most and impact a segment that is very important to me this way more than anything else. But if I carry the torch, I'll say, of what is authentic Louisiana Cajun Creole cuisine, 20 years, as long as I'm willing to hold it and I do right by it, I can continue it to stay relevant and prevalent. So that's what I want to do. I want people to know authentic Cajun Creole Southern soul food, because as Black people, it can be lost. Or it can start to be lost. That's there.
Or it can start to be watered down.
Or watered down and changed away from its genuine origin. So if I can take it and I can magnify it as large as I possibly can get it, who knows where or what later in my life I can be remembered for doing that.
Yeah.
Or how big it can get. Not necessarily from a monetary standpoint.
Yeah.
But
an
it's
impact standpoint.
Impacting and saying, you took this and you passed it.
Yeah.
You embraced it. You highlighted it appropriately. You were on stages where it was regarded because it is you. It's who you are. It's where you came from. Now it continues to go forward.
There we go.
But
we had a great conversation, man.
Indeed.
I'm so looking forward to people hearing your story and seeing this. Once again, you know, I'm sure through this talk, people can see why you are considered to be a hero to me. As heroes in all of our cities. Let's make sure they know that we know. And today, Jeremy Perkins, it was a pleasure to highlight you as my hero. I love you, my brother.
Love you too, bro.
I'm looking forward to the journey, and who knows what's next.
It's going to be fun.
Until then, peace.
Peace.